What's going on, guys? OGR here. What's going on, guys? Welcome in. I obviously have a great big panel here today. I usually don't have four others, but it's great. It feels good. Greg Popovich, what's going on? TSR, what's going on, my man? Quick cheap plug here, guys. I will be live with my man, the Sports Reaction, for UFC 256 over on his channel this Saturday. An excellent main card. Punkin, what's going on? Big Blue Jabroni, talking sports with Landon, what's going on? Afghanistan, oh yeah, what's going on? So, guys, how is everybody feeling? I'll go through the panel, and then obviously, I have to start off with Nate with a question. But anyways, Nate, how you feeling, my man?
I mean, Giants beat the Seahawks. How else could I be feeling? I'm feeling awesome. I think
what's going on?
Giants are going to beat the Cardinals. I think that's pretty awesome. So I'm feeling good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we doing pretty damn good, man. We can't complain. You know, we're sitting atop of the division. No one thought we would be here, but here we are, and meaningful football in December. How about that?
My favorite false Cowboy fan, Kid Blue. How is it going, my man?
BBS in the house.
Hey, yeah, BBS in the house, baby. BBS Junior, remember that. So I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. Same thing what Nate said, man. Coming off another win, fourth win in a row, man. It's feeling good to be a Giants fan right now. Really feeling good. So yeah.
And Hub, what is good, my man?
You
looking like a teacher right now.
Yeah, my man looking like you just got off of a college Zoom call.
Basically, well, as OGR knows, this is how you dress when you gotta go into work and whatnot, bro.
Anyway, I guarantee you that Kush don't got pants on right now. I guarantee you he's got a shirt on. He's got the collar shirt, no pants. No, don't show us.
He's got khaki on.
He's got khaki. Man, he goes all out. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna do this as if I was actually there."
Exactly, man. Listen. Anyway, just like all y'all, I'm feeling good, man. I've been feeling so good this week, especially about this upcoming game, that one of my best subs, Edward Chan, is saying, "Hey, don't get too excited now," because the last time that happened was the 49ers. But I'm like feeling really good about this game, man. I think this is so close to a guaranteed win for me personally. If DJ plays, I'm saying flat out it's a guaranteed win, but we'll have to see. There's many injuries going on right now. That's me. That's why I don't speak for Nate or Pest.
We'll get to that in a second. Punka, what's going on? LA Lou, Joe Yato, what's going on? Sundays, what's going on? Joseph, what is going on? Afghanistan.
Hey, Sunday.
But anyways.
What was that, Pest?
Dude, he does that with every girl in any stream ever.
Who?
It's my signature. It's my signature. It's a female. You have to acknowledge.
Yeah, how'd your wife feel about that signature?
Listen, the Korean. Listen, okay? Don't let Pest fool you. The Korean runs that house. All right. If he's okay with it, that means she okayed it.
All right. So,
the Korean wears the pants, man.
I think I've had you on all separately. I've had Kid Blue on. I know I've had the Hub. I know I've had Pest. This is a question I ask every single new Giants member of the Giants community on YouTube.
Sure.
Nate, putting you on the spot, my friend.
All right.
Give me your most underrated Giant of all time. Now, it just has to be in your lifetime. If you want to go to an older Giant, that's great. But give me your most underrated Giant of all time.
Oh, man, I got to think, because this is one of those questions. If I answer too fast, I'm going to think of the right answer, and I'm going to feel like an idiot.
There is no right. I've had somebody give me Eli. So
really?
Yes.
What was their argument for that?
Just the fact that
it was probably that he was underrated.
Overwhelmingly what other people think.
Yeah, everybody hates him. What you mean?
He's underrated NFL-wise. He definitely is, but not Giants.
But he's not underrated Giants-wise.
Yeah, I think I chose Humor.
I think my answer is probably going to have to be Sterling Shepard, just because everyone hates on him for the injuries, and the concussions aren't great, but they're not a career-threatening thing, I don't think. And he's always been an underappreciated slot guy. He's always a sure check down for a lot of these quarterbacks that aren't quite in the groove yet. He connects well with everyone under center. I think my answer is going to be Sterling Shepard, but I do know for certain that in 5 minutes, I'm going to think of a better answer and exclaim it out of nowhere.
All right. That's good. So, guys, what I'm going to do a little bit different for this show is I'm going to do a little bit rapid fire. I'm going to think about questions, keep your guys' answers somewhat short because it's just going to be really easy questions that you guys can get out of the way really quick because I want to get through as much as I can in an hour. And plus, I know Kid Blue Hub, I know you guys got to step out of here in about a little less than 40 minutes. I noticed that Kid Blue's got the cran grape. Let's go. Let's go.
I refilled myself, man. I got like 2 more downstairs too, but I'm about to finish this one.
Yo, low key though, last time I saw you, I was telling you that you got to be on that scooter like everybody is in that TikTok commercial, drinking the cran grape.
I'm so mad because that guy will get a sponsorship before I do.
He already did. He's already made it.
Listen, I've been on the Ocean Spray thing for like 4 years now, man, and
you got to be creative, Kid Blue.
I know. I need to know what I do. I got to go down the street handstanding on a skateboard instead of just being on a skateboard. I got to handstand on the skateboard. And
you see now the thing is, the thing is, KB, is that now it's too late.
Right,
too late
right,
You're a copycat.
right. And then I'll be the copycat, right? And then I'll be the copycat. But then I was on the cran grape thing first, man. But you know what? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm not gonna rant.
Cowboy X Factor, appreciate the thumbnail, man. That is something I literally pieced together in about 2 seconds because I forgot I was going live tonight, even though I invited all these great people. Anyways, so hey, I'm brutally honest. What can I say?
Well, so what's the rapid fire questions?
Oh yes, rapid fire. I'm getting into them. So, guys, give me one factor that you think will be the biggest factor in this game, or one of the biggest factors why the Giants win. It could be a player, it could be coaching, it could be, offensive scheme, defensive scheme, whatever it may be. Give me one the biggest impact essentially you guys think will be. Just one.
This is kind of an obvious answer, but I'm going to say Daniel Jones. The offense looks completely different with and without him.
Nate. I was going to work the background.
Daniel Jones.
Go ahead.
Let me go with the right tackle of the Arizona Cardinals. I have no idea who it is, but the right tackle of the Arizona Cardinals. Yesterday I had talking the Arizona sports fan on my channel. I asked him this. I'm like, yo, you tell me, what's the weakest part of your team? He said that right tackle position has been in swing all year. If anybody attacks it, no matter what, they're getting to Kyler. So I'm going to go with that guy.
Kid Blue.
I was just looking at the Arizona depth chart to see who the right tackle you're talking about. But you said one of the biggest factors, right? I'd probably say our
cause us to win.
Yeah, to help us win. I basically say how well we can contain Kyler Murray. We did a phenomenal job at doing that against Russell Wilson. Kyler Murray is pretty much a carbon copy of him. And they both, thrive on similar aspects. They both are really good throwers of the football, and they both can get out the pocket. It all depends how well we can contain Kyler Murray, because that's pretty much the most dangerous part of their offense.
And I just found it. It's Kelvin Beachum, by the way, the right tackle.
Kelvin Beachum, okay,
yes,
former Cardinals guy, right? Former Panthers guy, right? And Pittsburgh guy as well.
Yep.
Yeah, just get through him.
Nice.
Pest, my favorite film breaker downer that really doesn't do it on his channel but should.
We should, Pest, we should do a breakdown together, man. That'd be fun.
I'm with it. Let's do it. I'm with it. Let's do it. Confusion. Confusion is our dark horse right now. We did such a good job of confusing Russell Wilson, who has seen a lot in his career. If we can confuse Russell Wilson, we can definitely confuse Kyler Murray. And if we can successfully do that, we'll be fine.
Let me add to that real quick, too. And I love that you said that, too, because if you look at all the mainstream, film breakdown guys, like Baldy's breakdown and guys like that, like all the big name film watchers out there, they're all raving about the defense that the Giants put on against Seattle. They're all like, oh my God, this is like something that they put on a masterclass. That's one of the titles I've seen. And they play phenomenal. I mean, I hope everybody's paying attention to this New York Giants defense now, because they deserve all the credit.
Yes, I agree. Especially my man Carter Coughlin out of Michigan. Or sorry, not Michigan. Minnesota.
How is he your man and you say Michigan?
I said Minnesota. Everybody knows I know Minnesota. Anyways, Nate.
Just one more answer. The other thing I'm going to say is execution in pressure, just because it's not just pressuring Kyler Murray, it's pressuring him the right way. very much in the same way as Russell Wilson, where if you attack him up the middle only, he's going to escape to the outside and you're going to have more problems than solutions. But with Kyler, it's very much contain the outside and make sure that he can't go anywhere. So put pressure on him, but do it the right way so you don't end up opening up holes in your defense and killing yourself.
I do want to say
you did say something about Daniel Jones when you were originally getting into it.
I did. That was my first answer, and that's the better answer, but I wanted to say the other one.
All right, cool.
I want to add on to what Nate said here about pressure and in addition, confusion. Basically, everybody else's answers was kind of defensive oriented. One good thing to look forward for is, of course, Kyler's shoulder injury. He's not completely recovered from that. And that, for some reason, has affected his running ability. He went from averaging around 60 yards a game rushing to averaging like 15 to 20 yards a game these past 3 games since his injury.
Wow.
So, like I said, that going back to that right tackle, he's going to be much more of a pocket quarterback this game if that shoulder continues to harm him. I don't know what the connection is, but there's definitely a correlation between when he hurt that shoulder and him running a lot less during games.
Is he on the injury report?
No. He's been playing with that bad shoulder.
Oh, so
yeah.
But they're not even putting him on the injury report that he has a bad shoulder?
No.
The disrespect. Poor guy.
All right.
They also got no type of backup.
They said, hey, you're playing. I don't care about your damn shoulder. We're not putting you on the
We don't win without you, right?
You think it's
I'm going to bring up one thing.
Do you think it's a psychological thing, maybe?
A what?
A psychological thing with the whole running? Do we think he's got a little bit of the jitters?
Probably. Hopefully,
he's a young guy.
Yeah, hopefully it makes him think twice. Hopefully it makes him think twice about running. Yeah.
And it's funny bringing up the AZ Sportsman yesterday. He brought that up. He's like, sometimes I think to myself, maybe Kyler's getting a little bit shy in the pocket, which, maybe it is that. Who knows?
Young
All right,
quarterback.
no, we have not talked about Martinez and or Holmes, but I will ask the panel that. That being said, my quick thing is run the football. If we can run against the third-ranked rush defense and gain almost 190 yards, I'm pretty sure we should get 200 in this game against the 22nd ranked defense. That's my thing. You know, this is how we're going to win games, guys. Running the football, playing good defense. That is New York Giant football. That's how we're going to win. So, I mean, I obviously the defense goes without the defense is the heartbeat of this team, and that's what it is. And obviously, we want DJ to take shots downfield, and I want Jason Garrett to take shots downfield. Ashley, what's going on? But I do want to ask you guys, because obviously Edward did, and 200. No, I was reading TSR's comment. He says 200, not asking for much, are you? But Nate, I'll get to start with you. Martinez and Holmes, I mean, what do you think? Do you think they're going to play? Do you think they're not going to play? What is their impact in this game?
It's hard to say. Obviously, what we saw today wasn't encouraging. I think Blake Martinez is a tough dude. If he can go, he's going to go. But then again, we saw with DJ, he's a tough dude too. And he is the quarterback of the defense, so we'll see how Joe Judge handles that. I think at the end of the day, with all these impact players, with the biggest impacts on the team, it's going to be more of a Joe Judge decision than a player's decision. And with Martinez, he's the heartbeat of this defense. So if Joe Judge thinks that the smarter move for the rest of the season is to rest him, he's going to get rested. It remains to be seen what's actually going on there. With Holmes, that's really disappointing. I think he's been really emerging as of late and coming into his own with that talent that those guys like Deion Sanders, all the big names, said he had. So seeing him go down with some sort of mild injury is kind of frustrating. But long-term, he's going to definitely be in the league for a while. So in terms of short-term, probably going to impact this game against an offense that we already know is pretty good. So could be tough. Long-term, no worries.
Jaden, we'll get to that in a sec. Pest, your thoughts. Martinez, Holmes.
I mean, I agree with Nate. At the end of the day, right? Players want to play. Okay. Let me take my coach hat off. Let me take my player hat off. If I could play, if I'm dinged up, but I can play, I'm playing. All right. I don't care what you say. I don't care if I'm dinged up real bad or just a little bit, I'm playing. Players want to play. There's nothing worse than missing a game because of injury. So, like, if these guys can go out there and play, then they will. But we also have to factor in the coach. And if the coach feels like, I don't think this is worth it, then they're gonna ride the bench and be upset about it. So it's just a wait and see type of deal, to be honest.
KB.
As far as Martinez and Darnay Holmes go, I'm looking at the injury report right now, and it looks like Martinez was did not practice yesterday. As well. He tried practicing. I guess he was limited on Thursday and then did not practice on Friday. So that's not a good sign whatsoever. That's not showing progression. So maybe we're going to be without Blake Martinez. But even with Darnay Holmes, we'll probably see more of either Julian Love or Logan Ryan in the slot. It's just a next man up type of mentality, man. We were able to overcome adversity last week without our quarterback. So I think we'll be able to manage filling in that inside linebacker spot and cornerback spot. I think there'll be no issues in the game plan there.
Sorry about that, Kivy.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay, so basically what everybody said. I mean, I have no idea if they are going to play. It's surprising more so on the Martinez thing because every single update, we didn't even get an update by him, specific update on Martinez. People kind of forgot that this dude kind of went out with the back sores and whatnot. But every pseudo update that we got about him basically said it was not that much of a serious injury. He should be good to go next week. And then here we are, just a couple of days away from game day, and he's not practicing and whatnot. Listen, it hurts the team because both of them are going to be out. I mean, Martinez is the middle linebacker, and then Darnay Holmes against a strong receiving core. You're going to need your slot cornerback. I don't think there's really anybody that could replace him unless the Giants do what we've been thinking for a couple weeks now, and then they slide Logan back down into the slot and they have Xavier play free safety. I don't expect them to do that, though, just because it's always been a next man up type of situation. And technically, Logan wouldn't be the next man up because he's the man of the free safety position right now, and he's doing a great job there. But it does hurt the team because, damn, man, y'all know I love Martinez, man. Loved him when we signed him. And then with Darnay, it's really that wide receiving core that we're going against. Who would be in the slot? I'm assuming he would have been matched up on Larry Legend. He probably would have been matched up on Fitz a lot, actually. So that would have been, Fitz is obviously not his prime, but that still would have been a really nice matchup to look on, the rookie versus the legend.
Am I out of my mind? I thought Andy Isabella played in the slot. Is
he starting over Larry?
Well, he doesn't get the starting nod. He's a left guy. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So it was interesting last week when obviously Blake slid out of the game. They gave the helmet to call plays on defense to Logan Ryan. What do you guys think about that? Pest, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, defensively, what is that, Pest?
So, well, I mean, what do you mean? What is that? Like with the
I've only ever heard of a middle linebacker, taking that role on the defense.
I mean, if you want whoever the smartest and prepared person on the field to have that headset. And Logan Ryan is the smartest person on the field, apparently. I mean,
after Blake, I guess. Yeah.
We always hear about how much he prepares, how he is like trying to always figure out his opponent, frontwards and backwards. He's probably the smartest and most prepared guy on the field, and that's impressive. Especially being that having that headset, you've got the defensive coordinator directly in your ear telling you, hey, this is what we're seeing. Put people here. I mean, you only got a specific amount of time before that mic cuts off, but still you've got someone in your ear so that you can help set things up based off of what is being seen on the field. So to have a safety doing that is kind of crazy. They're kind of, on the backside. So they're going to have to figure out ways to communicate, but it's impressive. It's impressive, but he's the smartest guy on the field. Apparently that's just what it is after Blake.
One thing I have seen, I don't think this is the first time we've seen safeties with the headset inside their helmets. I can't give you an actual example of that, but I'm pretty sure this is not the first time it's happened. It really goes for those big time safeties, the safeties that are the actual leaders, and that pretty much tells how much of a leader Logan Ryan really is, to have the communication with all of the guys, to know everybody's job, especially if you're just playing on the back end, to know what the D tackle should be doing or the linebackers or what have you. So I think it really tells how good Logan Ryan has been doing in this defense, how smart he is. So the fact that they don't go to the next linebacker and they just hit up Logan Ryan to do
well,
it.
To be fair, the next linebacker isn't really saying much.
Well, the next linebacker is Devontae Downs. I don't think he's had a terrible season, or Tate Crowder.
Say they have. I mean, I will paraphrase this. Joe Judge did say that he has plenty of guys he does trust in that role, but the next man up would be Logan. Mm-hmm. So Nate, and then obviously Hub after that.
Yeah, I mean, it speaks to what Logan Ryan's role on this team is. not just as that cerebral guy and the guy who can operate in that role, but more than just the ability to do it. It's a coach, bless you. It's a coach trusting a player to have the leadership ability to do that. And Pets brought this up in a stream a while ago. It might have been, I think it's Pest, said that Logan Ryan is one of the guys that's going to be tough to replace just because he's a veteran presence in the secondary. And the fact that he's being trusted with that leadership role, and the fact that even now he's sort of transitioning from captain of the secondary to captain of the entire defense. And the fact that Joe Judge trusts him with that as a first-year player in his system, which granted is relatively similar to a system he's been in before, but the fact that he trusts him with that is pretty impressive. It does show what we'd be missing if he left next year.
Hub.
I mean, yeah, basically what everybody said. I think all of us have thought for a while now that Logan's a great leader on the team, as a locker room guy and whatnot. The only reason it surprised me and went to him is because, like I said, I was surprised by the position shift. But yeah, when it comes to X's and O football IQ and leader wise, Logan is the next guy up after Blake. In fact, you could sometimes argue Logan is the first guy when it comes to the locker room. But Blake was a captain of this defense, right? So it just goes to show. It makes me wonder, actually, if we picked up Logan Ryan earlier, right? Like, would he have gotten a captain nod? Sometimes I think about that. The way he is, he definitely deserves it. It definitely goes to the argument of re-signing him, which I would love for the right deal. And I do want to say, for those Giants fans out there that love Logan Ryan and want to love this guy a little bit more, he's giving away a free PS5 to a Giants fan. You got to go over to his Instagram to find out how.
All right,
Logan Ryan is doing
that.
Do
that. Yeah. I'm not a PS5 guy, but I'll take.
Yeah, I'm an Xbox guy, but I still entered the giveaway, man.
Yeah, I'll take the flip. I'll just flip it for some cash,
Exactly.
Damian Hernandez, what's going on?
That's why you follow
Money,
Giants players.
resident
I follow as
Chiefs
many as
fan.
I can.
What is he on? That's on Twitter or Instagram?
Instagram.
Oh, bastard.
All right, so I'll go into another question. I've got another two, and then I'm by that time I think Hub and KB will have to step out. That being said, though, Dalvin or Leonard, you can only re-sign one. I'm going to preface this by saying, obviously, Leonard's having the better season, but after what you've heard from Graham the other day, and the impact Dalvin has on and off the field, and the man he is, the glue that holds the locker room together, the silent leader. Who are you resigning? Because I see the argument for both. So there's no right answer here, in my personal opinion. Hub, we'll start with you, then we'll go to Nate, then KB, then Pest.
Like you said, it's made a lot more difficult after Patrick Graham spoke on Dalvin Thompson. And when he got that captain patch, I was wondering to myself, what type of leader is he? And like you said, once again, Patrick Graham kind of put it perfectly. He's a silent leader. Dalvin was never known.
I'm going to press this.
Yeah,
but I'm going to press this real quick about Dalvin. He's also up for the
Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Yeah. So like I was wondering that because Dalvin was never known as a guy to speak up. I just always knew him as that chill, cool dude. Like, he's into a lot of stuff I'm into. He's into anime and video games. I'm into anime and video games a lot. Music, sneakerheads. So I was related to Dalvin on I see him as like me, my generation type of guy. So it just goes to show when Patrick Graham talks about it and the fact that they nominate him for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, how much of a great guy he is. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like Jabril or Logan. But with that being said, I'm still going to go with Leonard just because it would be easier to replace what Dalvin offers on the field. It would be a lot harder to replace what Leonard Williams offers on the field. I would have to go him if I have to decide. Dalvin, to replace him, honestly, shift Dexter Lawrence over and bam, you got your next run stuffer. And of course, Dexter also has his pass rushing ability. I will say this year, Dalvin has been improving his passes. He's getting his hands up there. He's getting a good amount of pressure. In fact, on one of the sacks that Leonard had against Seattle, where it seemed like he came through unblocked, is because Dalvin was being double teamed. I think Dexter will fill that in perfectly. Like, he is that archetype even better than. I think we could all agree Dexter has a higher ceiling than Dalvin. But that's my point. Shift him over. Have Leonard on one side, and then BJ Hill would be the next man up, or maybe somebody else. But
RJ McIntosh.
I love RJ McIntosh, by the way. I think he's underrated, but I think BJ would be the next guy up. It's just easier to replace the on the field production, which I think is very, very important.
Nate.
Yeah, I'm going to preface this by saying not only would I rather re-sign both than only re-sign one, I would rather re-sign both than make any other move this offseason. That is my highest priority if I'm the Giants GM, if I'm Dave Gettleman, is re-signing Leonard Williams and Dalvin Tomlinson. Just because I think when you have a defensive line that's playing like ours is, and they're all young. They're all under the age of 26, and they have such great chemistry, and they're working in the system. I think at that point, you just have to keep them together, especially when one of them is willing to take a hometown discount. So that's my preface to this statement. But I'm going to give an unpopular opinion here and say Dalvin Tomlinson. And my explanation as to why is twofold. For one, it helps us with the salary cap, because even if we do end up making any number of moves, signing a guy like Leonard Williams does put us up against the metaphorical wall at some point. We got a lot of young players that are going to get paid. Jabril Peppers, Saquon Barkley, if we keep him around. A lot of these guys are going to get paid. And when you have a big contract like that on the books, it's not impossible to manage a salary cap, but it is difficult. So that's the money aspect of it. The other aspect of it is that I think a lot of people really underestimate what Dalvin Tomlinson brings to this defense. I think they really, really underestimate what a nose tackle of his caliber does. The reason for that is that he doesn't make the flashy plays. Leonard Williams gets the sacks, Leonard Williams gets the tackles on the edge, and Leonard Williams does the things that go on highlight reels. Dalvin Tomlinson pushes the pocket. He makes sure there's no open gaps up the middle in the run game, and he's the one that sets up those opportunities for other guys by collapsing the pocket up the middle. So I think when you combine that with already having the captain's patch and being willing to take a hometown discount, I think I'd rather take him over Leonard Williams, considering that Leonard Williams does have the slight risk of only having 1 year of really good production and being a guy that's playing for a contract. That's something that's been brought up by other YouTubers and other creators. So for all those reasons, I'm going to say Dalvin Tomlinson, but I would much rather re-sign both than only one.
KB.
Well, this is a complicated situation because my head just keeps spinning when it comes to these type of things. I can never give a straight answer, but I guess to put it short and sweet, I'd say Leonard Williams, but for the right price. Obviously, I probably wouldn't throw $20 million at him. I don't think he's of the caliber like Aaron Donald or Chris Jones or DeForest Buckner. I just can't do that. I don't see a world in which we keep Leonard Williams for $20 million. But if the price is right, I'd much rather keep Leonard Williams. Just because of the fact that, like Hub said it, there's a replacement for Dalvin Tomlinson. Dexter Lawrence could be better in his career than Dalvin Tomlinson, although it really helps to have Dalvin there with Dexter Lawrence. We also have a replacement. If you look at Leonard Williams, we forget about pass rusher. We don't have forget about edge rusher. We don't have any pass rushers if we let Leonard Williams go. I mean, yet Lorenzo Carter, O'Shane Jimenez, these are guys that still have yet to prove something. I mean, Lorenzo Carter before he got hurt was, making some pressures, but he's still unproven. We don't have any pass rushers on this team if we let Leonard Williams go. We'll have to draft one, we'll have to find one in free agency. I don't want to start from ground zero again. So I'd rather keep on to the one pass rusher we have that's been consistent and, unfortunately let Dalvin Tomlinson go. I know he's a leader there, and it would suck to see him go. Like Nate, I would probably want to keep both of them, make sure it's a priority to keep both of them around, but I think my gut would tell me keep Leonard Williams, but at the right price. If negotiations don't go lower than $17, $18 million, I'd have to take Dalvin. But Leonard Williams is my guy.
Pest, I'm looking forward to you because, my man, obviously you've played the position.
Hey, yo. Leonard Williams, no matter what.
Love it.
I don't give a shit what.
Okay. Oh, whoa, hey, let's slow down here.
Oh, yeah, he's already said
what he costs.
PBS.
Don't make me get up and leave. PBS.
Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started, man. Listen, you can't. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna let you talk.
There he goes.
God damn it.
There we go. Now we have to get Otis to go.
KB,
Great.
Good captain bro.
Hey, me and Best do this all the time.
I wanted to say.
Leonard Williams, no matter what, we signed Big Cat, okay?
Okay.
I've been banging the table about Big Cat since he got here. I've been the only one banging the table about Leonard Williams since he got here. I feel like I've been fighting all of y'all for 6 months. Leonard Williams, no matter what. Period. Point blank.
Let me ask you.
All right, JB, go ahead. Respond.
Let me ask you a question.
Take off your cap.
Yeah, tell him to take off his cap.
No, I'm talking to you.
No, I'm having a bad hair day right now. Okay.
That was, I'm like, why does he have the backwards cap on?
And
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
why?
yeah.
Because you know why he has a backwards cap? Because if he took it off, he had the Dallas Star engraved in the back of his head right there. That's why.
Listen. Let me spit some hypotheticals here. All right. Big Cat. Love the dude. Love the guy. Gets me excited. Right? He wants $22 million. Let's say he wants $22 million. You throwing that at him?
Yes.
$22 million is exactly how much we have right now in cap space.
I don't give a shit, BBS.
Oh my
I don't
God.
care.
Yeah, I don't know
What
about that.
are we looking at on film?
You just
here,
said-
man?
you
Are
just
you
said
watching
only
Indianapolis?
legitimate pass rusher.
Are you watching Indianapolis film and thinking
You
DeForest Buckner
just
is Leonard
said
Williams? What's going on out here?
Our only legitimate pass rusher.
I understand. That's why I said I would keep Leonard Williams as well. I understand that. But at the same time, if we give Leonard Williams this money, say goodbye to any other pass rusher we'll sign this year or come on.
Pest, let me ask you a question, Pest. Do you think that he is worth the same as Aaron Donald?
No one's worth the same money as
So
Aaron
why are you
Donald.
willing to pay him more?
But here's the deal. Okay? Talent doesn't dictate the market. The market
I
dictates
get that.
the market.
I get
I'm
that.
well aware. You're still willing to pay him over $1 million more.
The
say-
market dictates the market. That's how it works.
I'd say there's a tier level. Right? I know the market doesn't work exactly based on talent. It doesn't correlate
This
with each
ain't
other.
Madden. This ain't
Right.
Madden.
I
There's no
completely-
overall
That
score.
extreme.
But I
Market
think
doesn't go that quickly where Leonard Williams becomes worth more than Aaron Donald in 2 years.
But I think there's a tier level when it comes to this. You look at a lot of these different signings, especially ones that look out of order, like back when Kirk Cousins was the highest paid quarterback, obviously, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's the market." But there's tier levels to this, right? Obviously, Kirk Cousins was paid on a higher tier level than he was actually worth, and now Minnesota's pretty much paying the dividends for that. They shouldn't have signed him for that much money. He's decent, but that's the type of signing I see. I see that Leonard Williams is really decent, and I feel like the Giants have had such a drought of a really good pass rusher in a while that we're really valuing Leonard Williams a little too high as of late. He's great. I love Leonard Williams. I really do. I value him highly, but I don't think he's the best we can get. If you catch my drift.
Let me say something real quick.
All right, I'm putting the kibosh on this conversation. I'm saying Dallas Tomlinson. And here's the reason why.
This man packing. This man packing.
Drop the 2
Put this
cents,
in his
bro.
bag.
This man put a pillow
I'm
on
going
his
to
head.
Florida, y'all. I'm going to Florida, y'all.
Yo, he's going down to Geo, bro.
Come on, man. I'm about to smoke, man. Come on.
Hey, grab a jersey. Yeah, I was about to say, grab a
Let's go,
jersey.
Eli. Kick some ass in Florida. We sign him no matter what. I don't care. We need
I love how you put the
we need
travel
big
pillow
cat.
first. Had no room in the bag. Just put the travel pillow right in there.
Oh man. Bring a blanket, man. It's pretty cool down here.
I got a Giants blanket right there.
Hey, 60 degrees isn't cool there, buddy.
I was getting ready to say, I'm in
it,
Virginia. It's cold up
it's
here.
hit all the way down to 40.
Wow.
in the past couple days. Yeah, it's
I
been
woke
cold.
up and I had frost on my windshield. Something
Yeah,
you never see in Florida.
There was frost on the roofs. It looked like it was snowing. I was like, oh
Welcome
my
to
god.
the South too long.
Yeah.
But anyways, oh God.
Yo,
Anyway,
come up here to New England.
Moving on.
That would real
All
cold.
right, I want you guys to give me a scenario. If the Giants lose on Arizona, and not even a scenario, how are you feeling as a Giants fan after you lose to Arizona? Obviously, you'd be disappointed, but where do you feel on our playoff chances? KB, Hub, I'll start with you guys first because I know you guys got to go in very, very soon. So
Okay. All right. Well, I'll quickly make this quick. All right. Who's Washington playing next week? Anybody know this week?
this week they are playing San Fran.
Francisco.
Yeah.
San Fran. All right. There's a possibility they can lose there, but we'll see what we'll see what possibility Washington has of beating San Francisco. We'll see which San Francisco we get. Sometimes they play extremely well, sometimes they play like crap. So hopefully we get the San Francisco that beat us, that whooped us. So against Washington, but if Arizona were to beat the Giants in this situation, I think it really hurts the momentum of this team. Just because this is probably a more beatable team than Seattle was, and it will be putting the Giants in the kind of zone like, oh, was this 4-game win streak a fluke? I mean, what was going on here? I mean, are we actually a good team? And then to get the fans into a spiral and it'll snowball from there. I feel like it will. It sucks when I say it. It sounds a little cliche, but I feel like every single game the Giants have for the remaining schedule is a must-win game. It sounds a little bit cliche. It sounds a little bit, like I'm kind of like exaggerating every game, but it really is for the Giants. They really got to keep the momentum. This is something that I've seen on a couple of other shows about the Giants. Everybody was saying, when it comes to the playoffs, the Giants are in a perfect spot right now because it's all about the team that was hot going into the playoffs. And right now the Giants are trending in such a high altitude that one devastating loss, like at Arizona Cardinals, for example, would kill the momentum. So I would be extremely depressed if we lost to Arizona, just because we have a difficult Browns game and a difficult Ravens game coming up. I feel like it would be nice to beat Seattle and Arizona, and then we could worry about the Browns and the Ravens.
Hub.
The question was playoff chances if the Cardinals beat us,
basically,
right?
How do you feel if if we lose to Arizona? Where are you with the team? Where do you find our playoff chances? Anything you want to touch on that?
I think our playoff chances stay as good as they are right now because at the end of the day, first of all, I still think that we are still in the driver's seat even if we lose against Arizona, but also our only real competition, which is Washington. They need to get one more game than us. So even if, they right, I would expect them. Listen, this San Fran game could go anywhere, right? But then that puts us one game ahead of us, and that's when I'll be worried. So it would be a combination. But if everything, we lose, they lose, I'm not worried. So I think the chances stay the same just because our only real competition, they have to get ahead of us because we got that tiebreaker over them.
All right, Pest, and then Nate, and then obviously, Kid Blue, you want to go now or do you want to go a little bit?
We could dip at like 850, right?
Yeah.
Well, 850.
All right.
Yeah, we'll engage the conversation to them.
I don't care. Okay. We playing with house money right now, y'all. Like we're playing with house money.
All in, baby.
If we first of all, the win over Seattle gives us a little extra house money, right? Because a lot of us walked into that thinking, okay, this is the game that we're going to lose, and then we're going to have to go on a run afterwards. But we got that win over Seattle, so we're playing with house money, right? But here's the biggest thing. Giants fans, please listen to me. Stop thinking about the playoffs. Who cares right now?
I do.
We focus on one game at a time. Put your damn hand down, Nate, before I strangle you with it. We have to be concerned with one game at a time. Okay, everything at this point is a bonus because we're playing meaningful football in December with a team that we didn't think would even be doing this right now. We are playing with house money. Okay, we have seen this team grow. We have seen this team develop. We have seen this coaching staff get better. The future looks good. Stop worrying about the playoffs, y'all. It'll be nice if we make the playoffs, but in the grand scheme of things, who cares, man? We're not okay. Somebody's gonna call me a fake fan when I say this, and I really don't care because y'all know I'm not a fake fan. But we ain't winning the Super Bowl, y'all.
You're a fake fan, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, totally fake. You know what?
I want delusion on this.
You're bad vibes, man. You are such bad vibes.
I'm sorry, we're not winning the Super Bowl.
You smell like dollar beer right now. It's ridiculous.
We should tank.
Who cares about the playoffs? We're not winning the Super Bowl.
You're a freaking dude. You're a booger eater,
bro. If we
oh shit, damn, yo.
If we make it into the playoffs with a 500 record or better, I'm calling for a Super Bowl. You could call me too much of a optimistic fan, but I'm gonna say that because that means we beat out of the Browns or the Ravens as well.
All right, go ahead, Nate.
Well, Tess was crushing it all the way until he said that bullshit about not caring.
Turn your damn head around.
Well, first off, the question was about the playoffs. How can the playoffs not matter? The question was, how do you feel about the Giants' playoffs after that?
I don't care about the playoff hopes.
Your answer is, I don't care about your question, OGR. That should have been your answer in that case.
I don't care about playoffs. I don't care about them right now. Because that's not. We're not that team yet, and that's okay. We will be that team here soon, but we're not that team. So let's just play these games. Let's play them tough. Let's improve. We've learned how to win. Great. Yeah. Now we need to learn how to win all damn year, and then we can start talking about being competitive in the playoffs.
All right. The problem is,
let me add to
that statement is that when you say that makes everyone in chat think, "Oh, Pest doesn't want to make the playoffs. Pest doesn't want to be competitive."
Listen, no, I'm not. I don't want to tank. I've been complaining about tankers.
Right.
I'm not accusing you of it. I'm just saying you are digging your own grave right now.
No, let me settle this. I
don't care about the playoffs now. That's not my concern.
Hold on. Let me settle this. I know exactly what you're talking about, Pest, and I get what you're saying. And let me speak from both sides to get some understanding here. So let me be a little bit of mediator here because I know exactly what you're talking about. You know, when we started this year, right? Nobody expected playoffs. Nobody expected any type of aspirations at this point of the season. We just wanted improvement, and I was on that band. I was right there with you, Pest. But I think now, and I think this is where I'm at right now. I think it's because at this point we didn't know we would be this close to the playoffs that we don't want to miss this opportunity. I think that's what it really comes down to. I'm all about improvement as well. Listen, if we don't make the playoffs, I'll probably still be able to sleep at night. I don't really mind, especially if Washington makes the playoffs. I don't care. Right? At the same time, we'll get a better draft pick. We'll figure it out. I don't really mind if we don't make the playoffs, but the fact that we're this close to making the playoffs, that's what makes me like, okay, now I'm paying attention. You know,
but watch what happens because now I'm getting ready to predict the future. Because we don't make the playoffs, and now it's fire everybody. The coaches,
I know.
Those people stuff, and that's why I'm telling people like, stop worrying about the playoffs. Be happy that the team is getting better because that was the goal. The goal was to get better. If y'all start creating these expectations in your mind that are way higher than the level that we're in, then we're going to go right back to where we was a month and a half ago, saying everyone sucks and fire everyone.
Right?
How about we just focus on what the goal was? Get better.
And let me keep doing that. And let me add to. I feel like the Giants. The Giants organization, like the front office and the ownership, and you guys know I hate the ownership. I hate the Maras right now and Tissues right now. They're actually doing what you don't want, Pest. They're actually reacting off of what the Giants are. They don't even care about this 4-game stretch. I'm hearing rumors already. I'm seeing rumors that the Giants are planning to bring in a GM and for Dave Gettleman to step down as an advisor. Okay, the Titans assistant GM or something like that supposed to come in here to the Giants facility, be the GM while Dave Gettleman takes the back seat because, we didn't make the playoffs. I'm already seeing that. So I know exactly what you're saying. I don't like that. I think it sucks. I think that Giants fans should be appreciative that we're even in this position here in December. Even though we're 5-7, we're still in a position to get a wild card spot. Even if we don't get it, we're still in competition of getting the wild card spot. Say if we had a team, like say Washington had like 8 wins right now, we would still be in the hunt. So we're playing competitive football. That's all we should really care about. So I know what Pest is saying. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think we should still kind of push for the playoffs, but if we don't, I'm not losing sleep over it. So I do get both sides.
If we make the playoffs, I'll be happy as hell. I will be dancing on stream if we make the playoffs.
All right.
Let the homie Nate speak.
I'm gonna put a kibosh in this conversation.
Nah, hold up. Nate didn't get to speak on it.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, I just responded to Pest. I mean,
go ahead.
Honestly, this is an argument I don't really feel a whole lot of burning passion over because this isn't really an argument about the Giants. This is an argument about having an argument about the Giants. So I just feel like a little dumb. But just in terms of the original question, which is how am I feeling about the Giants' playoff chances if we lose to Arizona? My answer to that depends on how Washington plays and not just whether they win, how they play. Personally, at the moment, I'm not feeling too threatened by them in terms of the Giants' playoff chances. But if we do lose and Washington wins, I won't be feeling good. I'll tell you that much. More specifically, in terms of how Pest took the question, being how would I feel after the game in general about the Giants? I think there are some things. Despite the fact that he's right, we should just be looking for improvement, and that's what we've basically been doing as fans all year. Despite that, there are some things that we're looking for in not just this Cardinals game, but in every game that we're kind of looking for to see what progress is being made, how things are going. And one of those indicators, I think, is assuming Blake Martinez doesn't play or is limited in some way. How do they intend to scheme Tay Crowder in there? because Tay Crowder obviously has had a different role. And when Martinez was out, they had sort of a rotation. I remember that was, of course, before Tay Crowder kind of established himself. But I'm curious to see how he fills that role. And I'm also curious to see, not just from a personnel standpoint, who's going to replace Holmes, not just like who's the next man up. Specifically, someone mentioned it with Logan Ryan. Will they slot him down in? Personally, I don't think so. But if they do, I think that says a lot about how they intend to manage this team. Because if they intend to bring a guy like Logan Ryan out of where he's currently thriving for the sake of what they believe to be an overall better fit, that says a lot about the kind of moves they intend to make as a coaching staff. And I think there's some interesting stuff that we're going to see in this game. I think a lot of stuff has been established, like scheme, a lot of stuff with Patrick Graham's defenses. We have a pretty good understanding of it. But there is still stuff this late in the season to be learned about this team.
All right, I got to give a shout-out to Philly Notion. He's in the chat.
Yeah,
What's going
that's
on,
my guy, man.
Philadelphia.
I love him.
I mean, his Eagles are still a dumpster fire, but still, it's okay. Still love you, bro. Thank you for stopping by, as always, my man.
Hey, no,
I got to give a throwback to my middle school dance right here. This is the popular song in middle school for me, because this is how I'm feeling about the Giants, especially when
black and white. Black and white. Black and white.
All right, come on, ride the train, because we're making the playoffs. That's what.
I love it. I love it. Hey, man. Hey, shout out to Philly Notion. Hey, Philly, if you're interested, I don't know if you know about the network. I'm in Fan of Fan Network. We still need a Philadelphia Eagles guy. If you're interested, I don't know if you know about that. Hit me up on Twitter. I can tell you all about it. If you want to be part of like a huge Giants community, they've been looking for an Eagles fan forever, and I didn't know who to grab up. But you seem like the right guy for the job, man. So if you're
the right guy for any Eagles job, Philly Notion is the right guy for any Eagles job. Get his ass on there.
That guy is so freaking entertaining, dude.
Get his ass on there now.
Yeah.
Philly Notion is the truth. His team
I should have let it go to come on, ride the train, but I want to get a copyright. So
What was the name?
Hey, Philly Notion, go to fanofannetwork.com. It's pretty much where we have everything, or the Fan of Fan or the FTFN YouTube channel. I'm sorry for plugging on here, OGR. It's just that's probably the best way to talk to him right now. So
that's fine. That's fine. I got a quick question for you. Do you have a Giants one?
Yeah. I'm the Giants ambassador.
Wait a minute. No, you're not. I thought you were the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, God. Whatever. Law Nation. Listen. Law Nation beat me to it. All right? Law Nation beat me to it. I was trying, but they said, hey, you got to stick with the Giants. I said, damn it.
By the way, guys, I just want to point out, was it last night? No, Wednesday night on the Young Guns podcast, I caught Kid Blue red-handed. I said, as a Dallas fan, how do you feel about Jason Garrett? And he went right into answering. He didn't deny it or anything. And everybody in that stream caught it. He didn't deny anything.
Let me tell you. I don't know what it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got him.
Dude, I don't know if it was like just because I'm so used to everybody calling me a Dallas fan, and now I'm like he just said that. All I heard was the question, so I just went right into the question. You know, I'm on live, a bunch of people watching, so I didn't even pay attention fully to the question.
At that point, there was like 60, 70 people in there. Everybody knows now, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
everybody knows now.
I'm about to report the stream so we can get this deleted.
By the way, so when you pulling that Marion Barber jersey off screen, because low key, I'm feeling like you were a huge Marion Barber fan, because you're not big enough to run like Marion Barber, but it'd be okay.
Oh no, it's an Emmitt Smith, but. It's the original 2-1.
But yeah, we're probably gonna head out like right now. Though.
22,
yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate you and the hub coming on. Go ahead, say your guys' piece, obviously, and we'll get to questions in the chat if you guys want.
I guess I'll go first. Hey, yo, shout out to everybody for being in here. I tweeted out just a bit late. Of course, thank you, OGR, for having me on. We're regularly occurring guests on each other's channel. Shout out to PTA. Pest has been avoiding my channel lately. I don't know what's up with it.
That's not true. That is not true at all. Whoa. What do you mean? I might as well be a cast member at this point.
There's some tension over here. Some tension.
What you mean?
The hell you mean? Y'all been having dumbass arguments all night.
Hey, you got the Young channel, guys. Go over there, sub them up. Have you hit 200 yet, Nate?
Oh, by the way, before I get into it, guys, before they go, just in case you're not, everybody's link is in the description box below. I didn't plug that once all night. I apologize, but every Link is in the description box.
Subscribe to Nate's channel right now. Do it right now. Subscribe to it, damn it. Do it now.
And to finish out
I will come to your house and put a figurative gun to your head, not a literal one. Figurative.
So finger.
Metaphorically.
Finger guns.
Don't get me. Don't get me.
To finish it out here, I had my preview video out earlier today. Definitely check that out. I just gotta ask y'all.
We getting another skit hub?
It's a skit. It's gonna be a skit or like a reaction thing. So after Cardinals, I had one this week for the Seahawks. Next one will be after the Cardinals.
Nice.
Just quick question. Y'all like this pullover?
It's not bad.
Classy, man. It's classy. It's classy.
All right, because I gotta say, it's shout out to a Giants legend. This is Michael Strahan's brand.
Hey!
So you gotta. I love supporting.
He's wearing Giants merch and we don't even know it.
Giants merch, technically. This is Michael I have another one, the green hoodie. It's also that one actually says New York Michael Strahan on it. I didn't even know he had a clothing brand until recently, and Mike Strahan is one of my favorite players of all time. So
wow, this is good because this one right here is Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin.
All right, guys.
Third line.
All right, guys. Appreciate you coming out. Check you guys later.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, OGR, for having me on. Pleasure talking to you, Nate. I know we've only talked probably once or twice before this, so pleasure to talk to you, my friend. Pest, always a pleasure, man. I love the banter.
I need you on a live show on a Wednesday. I've been letting you live because I know you're busy, but I need you on a live show.
Oh man.
Before I let you go, real quick. Next, we had a blast doing our Eagles one when we lost to the Eagles, unfortunately, the first time. Do you guys want to come on my channel or vice versa for Sunday night for the Cleveland? Because I know, KB, you're probably maybe not busy on that Sunday night, and I know you haven't live streamed in a while. So
yeah, man, you can get this whole thing going. Yeah.
All right, sounds good, my man.
And are we doing Cardinals, OGR, me, UTSR?
Yeah, me, UTSR on your channel, and then we guys hop on my channel next week for Cleveland.
That's the move. All right, peace.
Later, guys.
All right, now.
All right, so I'm down to 2. So yeah, if there's any questions in the chat, guys, go right ahead. But if not, I'll keep plugging along here for about 9 more minutes before I end things. And no Philly notion, no, not let's go Cards. Anyways, so if we do feel this game, if we do win this game, are you guys riding high? I know I will be. Obviously, I want to win as many games as possible because I think it really just sets a young team up for success moving forward. But your guys' thoughts?
Depends on how we win. It depends very much on how different aspects of the team perform. It depends on what injury statuses look like by that point, because honestly, whether we win this game or not is pretty secondary to the health of Daniel Jones and Blake Martinez in terms of how I feel about a playoff run, because that's more important than whatever happens this weekend, honestly. So I think in terms of just actually winning the game, the way I will be happy, or as you put it, riding high with winning this game, is going to be not only if just the game plan works, but if we can really just keep going what we've been doing, especially if Jones is gone. So there's 2 situations here, kind of, with Jones and without Jones. The without Jones situation is that I want to just see that what happened last week wasn't a fluke, that we can recreate this specifically on the offensive line, because the offensive line, in my opinion, had probably their best game I've ever seen this group have, with a lot of great individual performances, specifically from Andrew Thomas. I love what I was seeing from him. And I think just the best thing I could see short of Daniel Jones playing well is the offensive line reproducing that. Now, the second situation is with Jones. And in that case, Jones is the most important thing to watch. So playoff run, no playoff run depends entirely on quarterback play. And if Jones can show that he can keep the momentum going that he's had the last few weeks, I'll be a lot more confident. Because
all right,
he put a few good games together, but it's not nothing yet.
Gotcha.
Listen, I'm riding. I know people now think I'm a fake fan because I say we're not winning the Super Bowl this year, but I just keep it real.
Pest.
I'm riding high. I'm riding high. If the Giants lose every game except for one, that game that they win, I'm riding high, baby. It don't matter. Like, the situation doesn't matter to me. I love to see the New York Football Giants win.
Oh, Authentic in the chat.
I love Authentic is in the house. What's going on, Authentic? I love seeing us be physical. I love what I have been seeing from our offensive line. To Nate's point, I just want to listen. All I want to see is us go out there and beat someone's ass for 60 minutes. Okay, that's what I'm looking forward to. And if we pull off the win, yo, I'm gonna be happy as hell. You're not gonna be able to get the smile off my face, just like you couldn't get the smile off my face after we beat the Seahawks. I mean, I'm gonna be riding high regardless.
Yo, Authentic, appreciate you stopping in. My man, if you would ever like to come on, I mean, Friday night, 8 o'clock, if that's the time that works, I'd love to have you on to be a part of a Giants Roundtable if you're interested, my man. Appreciate you stopping by, though. Everybody go sub up Authentic. He's got a building channel over there, another great Giants content creator, and obviously talks a little bit more than just Giants with the beard.
Yeah, I'll tell you something right now. I just very recently started getting into the whole Giants YouTube thing. I only discovered Chris the Entertainer's channel like draft season-ish. And at that point, I very, very slowly started to branch out. And Authentic is definitely up there with some of the best creators out there, Authentic and the Beard. They got such a great setup, and they're so elaborately well prepared, and they all know their football so well. Just really great stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Go subscribe to Authentic. If you don't go to subscribe to Authentic,
that's not even a plug. That's a legit recommendation. Seriously. They're putting out great stuff.
All right. Sounds good, Authentic. I'll have you on next week. So that being said, and also, by the way, best voice out of all the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
Just silky, damn smooth. It's just
got that mic too, so it's even better. Yeah.
I can just like minimize the screen and just listen to the man talk. It's silky smooth. Silky smooth.
I agree. So I have two. This is gonna be a two-parter, and I'll start with Pest, and then I'll go to Nate because I know Nate's got probably a lot on this. So, do you think James Bradbury deserves a Pro Bowl thing? Is he all pro? I obviously think he is, or at least the season he's had. And if Darnay Holmes is out, what do you see the Giants doing to kind of make up for that?
First answer is yes. That nothing else needs to be said. Yes. So I'm curious as to how they're going to fill that void. Are we gonna throw Julian Love in there? Maybe let him play a little slot. It's something that he can do. Are we gonna pull? We're gonna do a little safety swap and pull one down. And I think that regardless of who's in that position, I think that it's going to be some genius level stuff because our defensive coordinator is just when it comes to this defense, man, he is so damn smart and he is so damn creative. So I'm not really concerned. I'm really not concerned with who's in there. Because when you can get production from like Isaac Yiadom, who looked terrible earlier in the year, I feel like they can get production from anybody. So
in low key, I know this is also like a rumor, but I don't think Patrick Graham wants to be a head coach. I really don't. He doesn't strike me as a head coaching material at all.
I don't think so.
The way he's talking, he just seems a little too nervous in front of the media. And you can't be a coach and not be well-spoken and be able to do what you think. I think he just loves his job. I think he loves the defense. I think he loves being a defensive coordinator. I don't see him being – I could be completely wrong on that, but that's just a feeling I got from
being a head coach.
Graham talk all season.
I never want to be a head coach. I've never been a head coach. Technically, I was kind of a head coach, but I've never been a head coach. I've always been a position coach or a coordinator. Being a head coach sucks, yo. I wouldn't want the job. I don't think he does either. It sucks. It's a terrible
responsibility.
Yeah, it is.
I think in regards to the first question with James Bradbury, listen, Pest said it all. Yes. I will elaborate just a little bit. When you have a guy that can play so consistently well in zone and man, and again, he did this last year against the best competition out there. He locked up the guy who's having the best receiving season in the league for what, 5 for 80, 0 touchdowns, and all that production came on little speed outs. That's just such incredible production. And then on top of that, even without the clamp that he puts on guys in man coverage, his ability to play the football, I would put up against anybody's in the league. There are guys that can press better than him. There are guys that can do other things better than him. But I don't think there's a corner in the league with the ball skills equivalent to James Bradbury. Maybe that's my Giants bias. Who the hell knows? But that's my take on that. Pro Bowl, yes. All pro, absolutely. He deserves it. Will he get it? Questionable. I think he should. And then in terms of the other question, it would be a lot better if you had asked me what are the possibilities that the Giants could do, because saying what will they do is impossible to know. I think I touched on this earlier when I said that whatever they do decide to do is going to say a lot about how they intend to coach this football team and how Joe Judge intends to manage his personnel in the future. Because this is a situation that they're going to face at some point going forward, probably many times if Joe Judge is here for a while, where a certain key player that we don't really have great identical matching depth to goes down, and we need to find a way to sort of scheme around it and figure out how we're going to patch that hole till he gets back. So I think whether it is what Pest said, moving, say, Julian Love into the slot, or whether it is a safety shift and throw McKinney to the Wolves, personally, I think either one could happen. I think the Love is more likely because Joe Judge does not seem like he wants to put McKinney in right now. And for good reason. He said that he thinks it's pretty unfair to him to put him in right now for big reps because he hasn't been with the team. He hasn't been taking reps on the grass. He's not been up to speed. So I think what I personally believe is the most likely situation is Love coming down, playing slot corner, maybe another depth guy stepping up instead of Love, depending on who they think the best matchup is. And then Logan Ryan and Jabril Peppers stay at their safety spots. Again, both very possible. I think Julian Love is going to see reps in that slot this week.
I'm a little bit nervous if Julian Love sees reps. I am not nearly as high.
I'm nervous.
I am not as high on Julian Love. I actually think you're going to see a mix of 3 and even 4 safety look where I've seen Jabril. I'm not saying I want to put him against a wide receiver, and a lot of people would look at it as a mismatch, but you can slide Jabril in there for some snaps. You can slide Logan in there for some snaps. I think you might even see 4 safeties on the field. As crazy as that sounds.
Why are we scared of Julian Love? Julian Love can ball. Kid can ball.
No, I trust him.
I don't trust Julian Love. I'm not a Julian Love fan. He's never impressed me. And he could have sealed that game last week with the interception. And the fact
All right. I have a different take on this from OGR. So I do like Julian Love. I've always been a Julian Love guy. I said
I got to find out if you're a Notre Dame fan or not.
Hell no. I hate Notre Dame.
No,
I hate Notre Dame.
Julian Love is good. He was good
anyway,
as shit in college.
Anyway.
Good as a corner in college.
The reason I'm a Julian Love guy is because I believe in his talent and I believe in his raw ability. I think he's one of the only guys on this team that has sort of that cover one deep center fielder potential, because Logan Ryan doesn't have the speed anymore and it's fallen off fast. Xavier McKinney isn't really an elite athlete. We'll see if his instincts can compensate for it. But I think the only guy with the range to play that center fielder ball hawk type position is Julian Love. But in terms of corner, the reason I'm nervous about it is because he just hasn't done it in so long. And the fact that he got moved to safety says something about what his abilities at corner were. And the fact that I don't really know if he could have hung with the receiving talent that's in this league.
Does anybody know if Harper's going to play? I don't mean to interrupt.
Harper's done.
We're not talking about him playing boundary. We're talking about him playing the slot.
I know.
I think he can play the slot fine. I think he'll be fine in the slot.
We'll see.
I mean, last year when he did play slot, he was burnt toast Pest.
As a rookie.
I understand. But dude,
as a rookie in a terrible scheme ran by a terrible defensive coordinator who didn't teach shit.
Yeah, wait. Authentic 4.55. I thought Love was faster than that. Am I out of my mind? Why I think Love was faster than that? Damn.
Because I think he just plays faster. I'm pretty sure it was 4.4. It was 4.55, but he plays faster.
Yeah, yeah. He really must then, because it does not look like he runs a 4.55.
Listen, I believe that Julian Love can come in and play slot.
You know what? I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong.
I'm somewhere in the middle of you two, where I think it's definitely possible that he could come in and do it. I'm just not confident in it. And the question was, how confident am I in that? And I'm not. So I'm going to be honest and say that I'm not confident in the guy. I just don't think there's any reason for me to be, because he hasn't shown me any. There's nothing on tape to see there that's going to encourage me with his ability there. There's no like statements that have been made. Oh, Julian Love's going to step in. He's going to be the guy in the slot. Then they haven't even mentioned it. So I don't have confidence. I have optimism. I don't have confidence. I've always been a Julian Love guy. I liked him coming out of college, but we will see. He hasn't played at any corner spot, outside or inside, in his whole career since he got moved to safety. So we will see. I think the fact that the coaches have been easing him out of reps and just sort of fluctuating how much he's on the field that says something about who they think he is as a player. So that's why I'm nervous.
Solid.
Okay.
I do have this kind of. I was actually planning on getting off, but I'll go a little bit longer if you guys want.
Hey man, it's the weekend. I can go all night if you want.
I won't be able to go all night. Wife be home soon.
I may need a refill, but we good.
But that being said, Jabril Peppers. This kind of just popped in my head when we were talking.
Beast.
He's kind of seems like he's finally kind of put it all together. And is slowly still becoming the player we always thought he could be, or at least we thought he could be on Michigan. Do you think this is just a flash in the pan, or do you see it only getting better from here?
I will tell you why it is not a flash in the pan. Because Jabril Peppers, coming out of college, the one thing that no one quite understood about him was that he was a very versatile guy, but there were things he couldn't do. And a lot of people said, oh, he's a safety, specifically the Browns, and they misused him. He's a Swiss Army knife, and they tried to use him as a broadsword. You can't do that. So I think the reason that Jabril Peppers is starting to produce and starting to look like the guy we all knew he could be out of college is because he's finally being used right, and he's finally being used in a system where his role can fit his skill set. Because we all know when a player's role doesn't fit their skill set, the production just isn't going to be there. So I think it is assuming that Peppers stays on this team and he continues to be used in the right way. And the coaching staff has all my confidence in the world right now, specifically Graham. So assuming all those things stay constant, I am a big Jabril Peppers guy. I think he's going to be on this team for a long while. He's 25 years old. Best years are in front of him. I'm a huge Jabril Peppers guy.
All right, Pest. Pest, actually, before you answer, I'm going to say a quick shout out. CG Bully, what's going on? That guy's a good 49ers fan. Go check him out. Pest.
I am all good with what Jabril Peppers has brought to the table since coming onto this team. I love his leadership. I love his mentality. I love the way he approaches the game. I love the way he has approached losing. Okay, I think that this was one of the moves made by Dave Gettleman that solidified this roster. Okay,
agreed.
Because Jabril Peppers, we said Blake Martinez is kind of been the glue. Jabril Peppers is a little bit of glue too, and I just love what he does. I love what he has brought to this team, and I can't speak highly enough about Jabril Peppers right now. He is balling out. I think he's having fun. I think he enjoys being on this team, and whoa.
Warrior. I know you do that, my man.
Warrior is a super troll. I just think that Jabril is a guy that needs to be here forever. That's another guy you don't let that get away from here, man. He's just been fantastic, and I'm so happy.
I agree with that 100%.
Especially being that he's a Jersey kid, right? I'm a Jersey kid. That makes me even happier because I know he's happy. I know he's happy right now.
And I'll tell you what. I talked a lot about the fit in terms of the scheme, and I talked about how he's being used. But Pest brings up the other aspect of the fit, which is that he's not only succeeding, he's doing it in the right way. Because there are players that succeed in spite of themselves, and there are players that aren't producing like even they should be. Jabril Peppers is not only in the right situation schematically, he's in the right situation mentally. He's a guy that's going to fit in with that identity that Joe Judge was preaching from day one, and he has fit in so beautifully with it. The whole punch you in the face for 60 minutes mentality, the blue collar, the physicality of it. He's just embraced that day one on. And you saw it in the Seahawks game where he just absolutely leveled Tyler Lockett. Then next play, he takes a shot from Chris Carson. He gets knocked over. Later in the game, he comes on the blitz and puts Chris Carson on his ass in pass protection. That's the kind of mentality we want in Giants blue. That's the kind of guy that we want roaming around, putting the wood on guys.
Love it.
Yeah.
I agree. I love that sentiment. And the other thing is the man's a warrior. I mean, he was banged up a little bit this year, and it doesn't matter how banged up he is. He wants to play. He wants to come back in that game. And that's another underrated aspect of his thing. And for me, I am a Penn State fan at the end of the day, but I love Big Ten. I love Big Ten football. And this is what I see out of a lot of Big Ten players. Just rugged, go out there. They're not the flashiest. They're not always the best, but they get the job done.
Yeah, that's what the Giants have always been.
Yeah.
We're a team where when we're at our peak, right, the peak Giants, we have like maybe one, maybe two players that are household names, and then the rest of these guys are just tough sumbitches that are going to come out and kick the shit out of the other guy. They're guys that are going to win in the trenches. They're the Leonard Williamses of the world and the Dalvin Tomlinsons of the world. They're going to just explode off the line and take pride in the way they play. Not just love hitting people, because that's a big part of it, but take pride in what they do and take pride in their craft as a player. Because when you have a guy that gets lazy, when you have a guy that's not taking pride in what they're doing, that's when you end up with a DeAndre Baker situation. And he's clearly not what we need on this team. So when you have a guy like that and he doesn't fit, it just throws the rest of the guys that do fit into such a contrast. And it makes it all the more clear why guys like Jabril Peppers, why guys like Blake Martinez that love this mentality and love this culture that we're building. It makes it all the more clear why those guys are the guys to keep around, and those are the ones to build your foundation on.
All right, so
we have lost Test.
But what? Yeah, I passed up away. So you know what? I know you love draft, and I'll go real quick draft with you. What do you think of Pat Freiermuth out of Penn State?
Pat Freiermuth. I knew you were going to ask me about him at some point. You're a big Freiermuth guy, and I can't pronounce his name to save my life, but I'm going to continue to try. Listen, he's an excellent player. He's an excellent player. He's going to do things in the league with someone. I just don't want it to be us. I love him as a prospect. He blocks. He runs great routes. He's got excellent hands. He is everything that Evan Ingram hasn't been his time as a Giant. Problem is, Evan Ingram is just now starting to turn a corner. And even if he's never going to be a consistent catch guy, even if he's always going to have that one drop a game, it is such a waste of a pick to have a guy like that on your team that at the moment is your biggest weapon, and then also draft a replacement for him while he's still on a cheap deal. The best thing we can do with the tight end position in my mind is let Evan Ingram play his deal out, get all the production we can out of him, then let him walk and get a comp pick. In terms of that first rounder, there's just so much stuff we need more than tight end. Because also, if we win a playoff game, if we win one playoff game, we're down to the 25, and we're not going to see Freiermuth. We're not going to see him at the 25. He's going to go before that. He's just such a weapon. And a lot of these drafts, man, a lot of these mocks are starting to let him fall just because he had that little injury snag, and Penn State is obviously terrible.
Well, no, actually, it's not even that Penn State's terrible. I mean, their defense hasn't been good this year. It's just the fact that their quarterback play has been downright awful. And I think
the point is he's starting to fall down mocks, and he's one of those guys that's only falling down mocks because the people who write the mocks have no idea what they're talking about. Drafts, the people actually doing the drafting and the people actually making the calls in front offices still know his name, man. They still know who Pat Freiermuth is. He's going to go mid-first round, in my opinion. We're not even going to see him, much less have to decide on him. So, and Jaden Dawkins said, I'm trading Ingram.
Playoffs or not. I honestly think he's going to be in a position where I think Jamar Chase is going to be gone. I think Micah Parsons is going to be gone. I think some of these other wide receivers are going to be gone. The Giants are going to be staring. That's why I keep saying Pat Freiermuth, because I think the Giants are going to be staring Pat Freiermuth in the face. Those are my answers. And that is a legit question. Like, a lot of people laugh when I said that. And, when I was saying earlier in the year, draft Pat Freiermuth, I was joking. I legit think the Giants actually have a shot at him now. I really do.
Well, probably.
I know you don't. I know you don't. You don't like Evan Ingram, and I get what you're saying. Milk everything for everything's worth out of Evan Ingram. But me, you're going to be staring him in the face. I'm not saying the Giants should or shouldn't draft him. I'm just saying he's going to be there.
So I think you're sort of misunderstanding the thrust of what I'm getting at here.
No, I know. I understand completely what you're saying.
Oh, okay. No. Not what I'm saying. Like, what the most important part of my statement is here. Because what I said about Ingram is important, and I still feel that. What I think is more important is less who Evan Ingram is and what his future with the Giants is. It's more the value of the pick. And the value of our pick this year is going to be much higher if the guy we take is, say, a corner or a wide receiver 1 than a tight end. And the reason Evan Ingram even factors into that is because when you take another guy there and Evan Ingram is still, according to the coaches, your weapon moving forward, it just doesn't make sense. And that's why I'm not a Pat Freiermuth guy.
Oh, no, I completely get your argument.
Sure.
Pest, I was just asking him questions about the draft until you got back.
Got to do it
I
while
can't
you're
help
not
you with
here
the
so you're not wrecking the conversation, man.
I can't help. Yeah, I can't help you with the draft.
No. I mean, I'm not in. He probably knows more prospects than I do, to be totally honest. But I do follow college a little bit. I dabble here and there. I mean, I dabble more, obviously, when my Penn State Nittany Lions are
good
and not 2-5.
They got a second wing. Congratulations.
Yes, we beat Michigan. We beat Michigan. Thank you. Which isn't very hard. We've had Michigan number the last 2 years. And then we're playing Michigan State, so that should be a win if they can somehow. The thing is, the problem with the Penn State Nittany. Okay, he's gone again. The problem with the Penn State Nittany Lions is I think they've figured out James Franklin's system, and we are really bad at evaluating quarterbacks that can produce in the passing game. All
right, well, I'll tell you something right now. I am not as much of a college fan as I am a college prospect scouter, but luckily for this conversation, the team that I am unfortunately a fan of is Northwestern. So I do know the Big Ten pretty well. And everything you're saying makes sense. Penn State's problem is less to me, at least this season, in my opinion. And you clearly follow them way more closely than I do. But from the outside perspective looking in, this just looks like a nightmare season for Penn State. It's not as bad as this year is. This is a 2020 thing. They're a victim of this strange circumstance, and things are not this bad going forward. You also don't have some of your best players.
Yeah, and then obviously Micah Parsons would, if this was a normal year, Micah Parsons would be out there, and he is just literally a game changer. And that's honestly the dude I want the Giants to draft.
Journey Brown had to medically retire.
Yeah,
which is
unfortunate.
Also, can we talk about Micah Parsons? I will never want the Giants to draft him again for what I'm sure you all saw him say on social media.
What did he say? I didn't even know.
You missed this. He wants to be a Cowboy, so he can go fuck himself now.
Oh, he is not going to be a Cowboy, so I ain't even worried about that.
He can go fuck himself. He posted a picture of himself, and he was photoshopped into AT&T Stadium and said, "I hope I get to wear the stay in the blue and white forever." Fuck him. I don't want him.
He's not. Anyways, Pest, my man.
Ooh, King Tone.
I got a little bit of question because I have a problem.
Okay,
his name is Jason Garrett. And my biggest problem with Jason Garrett is his passing concepts. That's my biggest problem with him. I think teams are beginning to narrow in on what he does, and he needs to start going deep and breaking up the monotony of these curl routes and these comeback routes. He's in favor of these. Am I wrong? Because a lot of people like Mark Shannon give him a lot of credit for sticking with the run last week. But our run game is only as good as its offensive line. So I'm sorry. I'm not going to give Jason Garrett credit for sticking with the run. Talk me off the ledge.
I can't talk you off the Jason Garrett ledge. I'm not all the way up for Jason Garrett. I have not been super happy with Jason Garrett. I talked myself off the ledge earlier in the season by saying that it looked like he was spoon feeding the offense and he didn't want to get into like super in-depth stuff. But I'm waiting for the super in-depth stuff. He'll throw a cute little trick play here and there. But I mean, I can't sit here and say that I'm incredibly happy with Jason Garrett. I don't hate him. I'm not yelling for him to not be here anymore. And I'm
I don't mind if he stays. He needs to evolve a little bit for me.
I'm pretty sure that Joe Judge has given Jason Garrett an earful, because Joe Judge doesn't seem like the type of person to let mediocrity slide.
Sure.
I don't know what Jason Garrett is trying to accomplish. I'm not sure why Jason Garrett doesn't want to go deep. I'm not sure why we'll have 17 receivers on the field and they'll all run a curl. I don't know.
Or a comeback, or a comeback.
Or a comeback, or some kind of a comeback route. I don't know. I cannot.
And the funny thing is, like, the funny thing is, his best called game as far as passing, as far as the route trees the receivers are running and spreading the ball around, believe it or not, and Nate probably going to disagree with this one, to me was Tampa. Even though,
yeah.
Let me just state my opinion on this. First off, my feeling overall on Jason Garrett is I could take.
But Nate, I'm before I let you go too far into this, low key, you look a little bit like him.
First off, my feeling on Garrett is that I could take him or leave him. I don't really care. What drives me up a goddamn wall is people saying the play design is so terrible. And first off, early in the year, it sucked pretty bad. But as the season has gone on, and this is so predictable, you can very clearly see as to why this has happened. It has started very slowly to get a little bit more creative. The reason for this is, I have said this forever, Jason Garrett has an offense that builds off different principles. When an offense like this is in effect, if you can't establish the more basic stuff, you will never be able to run the more complicated stuff, because you're just going to Jameis Winston the crap out of it and throw interception out of after interception. God, I'm so mad I can't even talk right. The point is, with Daniel Jones being such a volatile player early in this year, and now he's just started to string a few good games together against bad teams, mind you, we're just starting to see the offense open up a little bit in terms of play design. And it's started to get a little bit better, a little bit more creativity. The problem I have with Garrett is his situational play calling. And that's a different thing from play design entirely. That's a whole other conversation to have. But when it comes to play design, you can't run complex concepts with a quarterback that you're not confident in, and with an offense that you don't have the established identity of. And the offense is just starting to find an identity, which is great, but we still don't have the other half of that equation being a quarterback to be confident in. Are you saying that you would love to see some complex concepts with Colt McCoy under center? I wouldn't. So when I look at this, I say, listen, Jason Garrett hasn't proven anything, but he hasn't proven anything. He hasn't proven anything bad either. He hasn't been given time to do things with this offense because he hasn't really been given an offense yet. So my logic here is that once in a while, a guy like him will just completely change what he does, because this was not his thing in Dallas. In Dallas, it was a whole other thing, as shown by how different the offense looked. The difference is in the personnel, and the identity is just starting to form. Now let's talk about that curls thing, right? With the whole 4 receivers on the field, all of them running curls.
Once you make your point about the curls, let me know, because I got to take care of something in chat.
Sure, sorry. So
do you want me to do that? Do you want me to do that first, and then I'll let you get?
Let me just say my thing. This is going to be quick. So the problem with Garrett's situational play calling is sort of in this. Jason Garrett will think he has a defense figured out, and then make a play call that ends up looking ridiculously stupid because he's not as smart as he thinks he is. That's where my issue with him comes in. So when you see him calling curls, it's because he thinks he has the perfect defensive play call lined up opposite it, and he thinks that as soon as he can dial that up, it's a free 7-8 yards. So in terms of different depth of routes down the field, that's a whole other thing. And I saw that comment that you pulled up. We can talk about that in a second. Address what you're going to address.
All right. So EZ3 Sports. Yo, bro, you want to know how to get a little bit of promotion or grow your channel? Is not going to other channels and promoting your channel. How about commenting on the other channel and saying how good the other channel is, even if you like it or not, even if you got a friggin' lie.
That's
because
what I do.
You know who I am going to promote? The 2 guys with me and Giants Opinion Sports, who does a lot of work, hard work, and tries to put out a good product. That's who I'm going to promote. So you can stay the hell off my channel. I'll block your ass next time you self-promote on my channel. But anyways, If you guys do like the content creators on this channel, their description is in the description box below. There's a reason why I brought Nate on here, because he does it the right way. There's a reason why I brought Pest on here, because he does it the right way. You, my friend, do not. That is the second or third time. 3 strikes and you're out with me. Do not self-promote. Giants Opinion Sports is always on my channel. And Giants Opinion, please feel free to put your link in the description box in chat. Please feel free. All right, continue now.
Yeah, so just in terms of the depth of route thing, and Pest is smiling like a baby, and I love it. But in terms of the depth of route thing, that is a legitimate problem. That I will give you. Some of these are puzzling, and I wonder if it's something to do with these receivers not quite being super familiar with the offense. This is a first-year offense in a shortened offseason, so I'm not sure who to assign blame on yet. My point here is very much the same as it was with DJ early in the season. We have not had proper time to evaluate the job he's doing, so I'm not going to run him out of town. And I'm not going to get on his back about this yet being the operative word here, because he hasn't had a chance to prove anything. He hasn't had an offense to use in schemes, and he hasn't had anything so incredibly egregious like that dumbass Greg Williams 0 blitz on a Hail Mary call. There hasn't been anything like that for me to say, oh my God, you are the dumbest motherfucker alive, you're fired. So that's my take on Jason Garrett, and that is all.
All right. Long-winded, but I like it, Nate, and you got to your point. Love it. Pest, any other addition to that?
Pest, tear my argument apart. I know you want to.
No.
No, he's not going to tear. He's not going to tear.
No, I'm still laughing. I'm still laughing. I'm laughing about Easy 3. I'm laughing about Easy 3. Can I just say something? OGR? Okay, so here's the thing, right? Because I actually subscribe to Easy 3. I am actually a subscriber on that channel.
Yo, he just lost a sub, dude.
And I'm just gonna put it out there. I actually subscribed to his channel, and I did it because I was being nice. Because he commented on one of my videos and basically self-promoted, and I was like, let me go take a look at this guy. Let me check his stuff out. And so I don't know if you're still here, EC3. You're probably not, right? Because you got told to take a lap, 5-minute lap, right? And you're probably salty, man. But listen, brother, that is not the way to do it. That is not the way to do it, man. You got to show love. You got to show love to the family before you try to walk into the family.
I'm going to add on to that real quick. It's not the fact that it's good to show appreciation, but make sure it's genuine appreciation. When I support other channels and I bring on, it's because I enjoy the other channels. I watch the other channels. I can't watch every giant content creator's video. If I did, it would take up my whole day at work. But you know what? I try to support as many as possible. I try to be fair. I try to bring them on because at the end of the day, I'm not the biggest content creator. I don't think I'll ever be the biggest Giants content creator. But you know what? I try to support and be a part of the community because, it's just a nice thing to do. And that's my feeling on that.
Let me give you my perspective on this before I have to run out and grab my computer charger because my computer's about to die.
Oh, no, don't worry. We're going to be off in 3 minutes, so don't worry about it. Okay,
great. My perspective on this is sort of a unique one because I've been doing this a lot shorter than y'all have. Y'all have had your channels for a while now. Let me just tell you something to that dude that was self-promoting. I don't know if he does eventually want to get on one of these streams, if that's what his goal is, or if he's trying to just do this in the chat. But I'll tell you what. I sort of got my first opportunity, I guess you could say, on Chris's channel, Chris the Entertainer. And he had me on for one stream, and that was really awesome on one of his roundtables. I was a fan of his for close to a year, and I spent a lot of time talking to him. And the reason I was even able to get on that before I sort of established a channel was because I have helped him personally with his channel before. The point I'm trying to make here is that you don't just automatically get to come on and expect things from people. You can't just expect someone to let you use their channel to self-promote. When someone gives you an opportunity, it's because they think you deserve it or they want to show appreciation for something. Like I made Chris's logo and intro for his second channel that he was working on. And he thought that it was cool and I was a good fan or whatever. So he was nice enough to let me on.
Are you talking about the movie channel?
Yeah. And when you think that you can just self-promote and just talk about you and only you, and you're not actually in it for the content, and you're not just trying to talk Giants, because that's the whole reason I made a channel, was because I just want to talk Giants. I enjoy doing this. When that's not your goal, you're going to look like an asshole, and you're going to end up getting blocked in streams. I don't understand the misconception here, but that's just my perspective here.
Stop trying to do YouTube for money, y'all.
Right.
Stop trying to do YouTube for money. This ain't about money for us. Man.
No, it's not. It's a hobby.
It's about love. This is
It's
about
loving the team.
It's a hobby. Well, at the end of the day, it is for love of team. But regardless of what you're doing YouTube for, YouTube is a hobby. And if you're good enough at it and you put enough work into it, yeah, one day it can turn into a career.
A long way down the road.
Anybody trying to make this a career and don't have 100,000 subscribers, good luck to you. Good luck to you.
Pretty much. And that, man, listen, you know, that's just the way it goes, man. That was a good adult beverage I had. I got through the entire adult beverage on stream. That was great. I told you I was gonna get progressively drunk during the stream, but I didn't.
Yeah, you
didn't
lied.
have enough.
You know why? You know why you get progressively drunk on my streams is because you don't like me and you just need to get through it.
That's the only way I can get through it is to progressively get drunk.
No, that's the secret. He doesn't like any of us. He hates all of us, and this is just a show he puts on.
Dude, I mean, honestly, I bring guys on. It's free content. I don't have to say anything. I just, here's a stupid question. Go ahead.
That's not that personality, man. He just fills up the stream.
Exactly. That was awkward.
Nate.
Nate's battery probably went. That's why.
Well, his battery probably went, right? But he also used up all his bandwidth talking so damn much.
Yeah.
I love Nate, man. Nate is such a if I'm telling y'all, man, if y'all don't go sub Nate's ass up, I don't know what to tell you. Listen, Nate is a young kid, right? Nate is young as hell, but his knowledge of football is way above his years, man.
Absolutely.
I was so surprised talking football because I've known Nate for a long time, right? Nate actually designed my very first logo. Nate designed my first logo. All right. I've known Nate for a long time. Me and Nate have talked about football a lot, you know, through Discord and just having conversations. Nate is a smart young man. He's got a great football mind. And I think Nate is born and bred to be a talking head one day. You guys need to sub Nate's ass up. Pronto. Tonto.
Again, guys, link is in the description box below. There's a reason why I brought him on is because I want to see him grow. I think he's grossly unsubbed. And honestly, what I suggest to Nick, Nate. Well, Nick the Wick's in here. What's going on, Nick the Wick? Virgin Life for 686 is here. What's going on? Jay Berman. Guys, I'm sorry. I really haven't been monitoring the chat. I usually do a better job about that. Seti, what's going on? But, yeah, man, Nate's really impressed. He's going to grow. He keeps grinding at it. But one thing I'm going to say is, Nate, put your face on camera. You don't got to talk behind a Giants logo.
Yeah. See you.
I see you.
Sorry, my computer died. I went and got the cord. I survived.
You guys yelled at me so much about that, man. Y'all yelled at me so much. I did the no camera stream for a year. My God, did y'all yell at me about that?
Yeah, I understand. Oh, by Nate, start making videos like this, my man. Stop. I mean, it's not the fact that don't do it the logo. I mean, Hub does a lot of videos talking, but if you're going to do it, I will say this: you're going to need more visual aesthetics. And I understand. I don't know your editing system or what you use.
I don't have literally anything.
Yeah, so
I don't either. It's everything I do is one take, mistakes and all, because that's my style. I want you to see the real emotion and the real, inflections in my voice. So I don't edit anything. There's not a single video on my channel that's edited or moved around or nothing. It's just I hit record and I start talking.
And hey, and you know what? That's the best way to start. I mean, I've decided to invest a little bit in my channel, but I'm not going to knock anybody who hasn't, because you want to get to the point where you can.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
mean, also I've had it for like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And that too. Obviously, you're new and you're trying to figure out your way.
That too.
But hey,
Absolutely.
anytime you guys want to talk about it, I'm always good. I'm always free. I can give you guys suggestions. That
Sure.
being said, though, I'm going to end the stream here. I appreciate for Pest and Nate coming on.
Thanks
That
for
being
having me,
said,
man.
what you gonna do when OGR runs wild on you, brother?